Hello, this is Dan Brazzini presenting my final marketing plan for strategic marketing. The Ford Explorer Sport Utility Vehicle, easy to use, easy to buy. The executive summary. Ford is number 2 in the sport utility vehicle market. It is a very competitive market with multiple sport utility vehicle providers. The important need for Ford is to differentiate itself, and the way to do it is to make it easy to use by integrating technology, in particular consumer electronics. We also need to simplify the customer purchasing process. In such a crowded market, it's got to be easy to buy for the customer. U.S. SUV sales currently exceed auto sales, and they are expected to increase by 7.9%. The comfort, reliability, and safety are key SUV features that are driving this demand. The objectives: we want to become the number 1 U.S. sport utility vehicle seller. Increase the market share to 13%, meaning sell an additional 3,750 more SUV vehicles. The strategy is an easy-to-use strategy by integrating the electronics that people have, use, and are very much dependent on into their SUV platform, in which people are spending increasing time driving in their vehicles. Easy-to-buy strategy: have more features but fewer models. Our marketing actions: we want to very much compare favorably in side-to-side competitor comparisons. These are very much facilitated by the internet, such as Facebook, Twitter, internet, and that's where we're going to do our advertising so that we can appeal to those who are technologically savvy. We are going to use above average value pricing so that the perceived value and the price go hand in hand with what we are marketing. Using television ads, co-branding with consumer electronic products, and as well as intense post-sale support. Enlist the help of independent reviews, such as technology magazines and automotive magazines, to get the word out. Current situation: SUVs outsell automobiles. There's 6 million SUVs sold in the United States versus 5.7 million automobiles. We expect a rise of 474,000, or 7.9%, SUV sales this year. There are favorable demographics to an SUV. It is preferred by 18 to 44-year-olds. And despite the increase in gas prices, purchases of SUVs are increasing. This may be due to the increase in outdoor recreation, with nearly half of the U.S. population participating in outdoor recreational activities. That's 141 million people. And they do need comfortable, safe, reliable transportation in areas which may be quite remote, or with something that can tow, with something that can go over in off-terrain. This is something that will support an outdoor recreation lifestyle. Ford sales are currently number 2 to GM. The market share of Ford is 10.5% to General Motors 11.4%. It is extremely competitive. The SUV design is relatively similar to each other. So comfort, outdoor recreation, safety, you're going to get that in the SUV design. We must be able to differentiate to gain market share and increase sales. Current situation for the Ford Explorer: it's complicated to buy. There are 4 different models, 6 equipment packages, and 5 additional packages for the customer to sort through. This is 120 potential manufacturing combinations. Well, of course it's going to increase costs given this degree of customization. It is frustrating for the customer who has to sort through all this and is seeking value, and results in unprofitable combinations like a low-end model with high-end Sirius XM and GPS. Not a lot of customers fit in that type of market features to model. The internet shows when you're out there in comparison model to models, and many people do research their car since it is a major purchase on the internet, and comparing model to model, a low feature Ford to a high feature, for example, Honda, doesn't compare favorably. Technology integration for market differentiation is going to be our key. Currently, the Ford Touch technology has a pretty good integration system. It's been a pioneer area for Ford. It is marginally ahead of its competitors. This can also be branched out to other models, and the competition is catching up to this idea, to Ford's initial Ford Touch program. Key issues. It's competitive. Ford is number 2 in market share, but there is high profit margin per vehicle. We must differentiate. Our common SUV design is limiting. Now, luxury SUVs have resources for innovations and features that are brand new to the marketplace. Ford will not have the ability to pursue that strategy due to a lack of financial resources and ability to charge a super premium luxury price. However, Ford can use what is welcomed in the SUV market, luxury SUV market, to then make it an early entry item in its product line. Technology integration, that is going to be where Ford, which already has, with its Ford Touch, a slight advantage. Also, this Ford Touch system is perceived already by customers as slightly ahead of competitors. So we're building on something that already exists, both in reality and in perception. Consumer electronics integration is going to be that key. We can co-brand with things like Apple and or Samsung to make sure our SUV integrates well with their products. We can do Google searches, GPS. We can customize music with Sirius XM and Apple. We can also have people monitor their home, via their security system from their car. How about if they let their teenager drive an SUV? It can provide a parental report, again, increasing the parental supervision and allowing for parental control. Negative key issues. This excess customization. We are losing manufacturing economy of scale, providing 120 different combinations of SUV vehicles for the customer. And we also produce these hard-to-sell models. When we compare side by side, a lower model that you have to add so many custom features, while the price may be slightly different, but once you add all these features and go through the headache of it, it doesn't compare well with other SUV makers. Government regulation is going to be huge in the SUV. The Corporate Average Fuel Economy Act of 1975 is a factor as politicians increase the demand for the average fuel economy. Well, they do not provide any money, research, or mechanism by which to achieve that. Currently, the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration Board has set a 54.5 miles per gallon by 2025. That's going to cost money, resources, and if they start applying it to a particular model, you will totally drive it into extinction. Similarly, their Environmental Protection Agency has threatened carbon taxation as a means of controlling the purchase of SUVs. This would devastate the market. If environmental terrorists burn SUVs or target owners of SUVs in some according to their ideology, similar to PETA painting people with fur coats or attacking furriers, selling fur coats, that would also end the SUV market. Here's our perceptual map where Ford is. Ford now, regarding technology integration, is in the middle of the road. The purchase complexity of buying a Ford is quite high. Where we like to move is to the Ford Simplified, where the integration is very high, and the purchasing complexity of doing so, with fewer models, with more features, is greatly simplified. Notice where some of the other competitors, Lexus, Hyundai, Honda, are, relative to technology and model purchase complexity. Also, where is our competitive position? Currently, Ford is in the moderate range. We'd like to move it over to the strong range. Again, by doing so, the method will be increase market share and sales. We want to go from a market share of 10.5%, number 2, to number 1 at 13% by selling 3,750 more vehicles. We know the market is increasing by 474,000 vehicles, so this should be attainable. We also want to establish Ford as a consumer integration expert of technology. This will increase the value of other Ford products and give us increases in economy of scale. Marketing strategy, easy to use. We want to integrate this technology, integrate the consumer electronics, and most importantly, the sale and post-sale support so that each customer maximizes the use of that technology. Very important post-sale to help the customer use it. Make it easy to buy. Decrease from 4 models to 3 very loaded models. So include these 6 equipment packages and 5 additional packages into the 3 models, and differentiate each model by what features are included in them already. To increase customer perceived value, well, we'll improve the model comparison, so when they are compared side by side with other manufacturers, our more loaded SUV will compare favorably with other models. And to further enhance this value perception, we'll be 10% higher in terms of price to increase the perceived value of our SUV. Our target market will be the 18 to 14-year-olds and those customers that involve in technology. Almost everyone these days does have a smartphone, and that is going to get more, there are going to be more features with it, and there's going to be more technology associated with people's lives as time goes on. Being on the frontier of that and leading edge of it is extremely important to our success. Outdoor recreation is increasing, so let's provide them with the technological comforts to go with them, and with the ability to get them there and have fun. Families always desire safe, comfortable, reliable transportation. People are traveling longer, visiting family, and going on vacations, using the automobile instead of airfare or bus. The product. Ford must continue to advance its Ford Touch system. Co-branding with Apple and Samsung makes sense, as well as integrating with Sirius XM. Combining GPS with Google search engines would be helpful, and working with security systems to help monitor at home are other features that technology can help integrate into the car. Ford must simplify the manufacturing process. This is going to involving the union members to get them to agree with the realignment and retraining, and also factories need to be realigned to support this change. We also have to come up with a differentiation of features among the 3 models and which ones are going to have what, and differentially price them. The sale and post-sale dealership product support is essential. Having all these features and not being able to use them, plenty of people are walking around with smartphones that they don't fully know how to use. So if we want to be able to corner the market, the customer must be able to use the product maximally. So having service people at the sale and after the sale to walk the customer through is absolutely key. Furthermore, this will provide instantaneous and very quick feedback on what features are working. Is it too complicated? What features are desired? What features customers aren't interested in and can be eliminated? The place, the dealership, where it's sold, where the service is rendered, that's where the place it's going to happen at. Also at the Ford website, we're interested in technologically savvy people, so using the internet and technology to promote it is key. Videos, briefing, comparing favorably to other competitors' models. Very important to win the technology wars. Also, have a representative who can tweet, phone, text, refer to YouTube videos or Facebook answers to interested customers on how to use their Ford SUV and integrate the technology that they have into it. Price. Manufacturing, we should save money by having just 3 models from economy of scale. Should increase this common denominator for each model. More features per car, okay, but should be offset by the simplicity of the manufacturing. Also should decrease the error rate since we are doing the same thing multiple times and can get more efficient at it. We also will avoid difficult to sell models, those with features that are too expensive for the low base price or too basic for the higher models. And we want to have that price to give the customer, by being a little bit higher, a perceived value of this technology integration. It also will help fund further research and development for further improvements in our technology integration. Promotion. I think having independent reviewers such as technology magazines, automotive magazines, newspapers will allow people to read about it, understand it, learn it, and presume an unbiased, but hopefully favorable, view of our product. Television ads promoting its ease of use so that the customer can see it being used. the websites showing ease of use, customer testimonials, and co-branding, joint advertising with the consumer electronics makers such as Apple, Samsung, and industry giant Google. Projected profit and loss. If we simply increase our market share to 13% and sell 3,750 more vehicles with an average profit margin of $10,000, that's $37,500,000 of extra profit. This technology integration will also spill over into other models, other Ford cars, and hopefully boost their sales and increase their profit that way. Things that are going to cost us, we're going to have to re-engineer to 3 models. We have union member retraining and relocations. If unable to do it in the U.S., then we're going to have to go outside and build plants in foreign locations. Critical success factors are going to be government regulation. If Congress uses the Corporate Average Fleet Act to apply to individual models, given its design, there's no way in Hades we can get the Ford SUV to get 50 miles per gallon. It's not going to happen. If we have to waste resources to produce a hybrid, an electric, or a low-weight small engine SUV model, then that's going to decrease profit. And keeping in mind, the National Health Traffic and Safety Administration does have a mandate, fiat, bureaucratic use of 54.5 miles per gallon by 2025. The EPA is always a threat with their carbon taxation to increase the cost of SUV above the consumer's ability to pay, thus shutting down the manufacture of it. Environmental terrorism. SUVs can't become the casus belli for fringe groups or Hollywood, movies, and if they do, then that will, fur coats, the fashion of fur coats, are not something that we wish to happen to the SUVs. So groups like the Environmental Liberation Front, we need to keep an eye on. So, action plan for our critical success factors. We're going to have to lobby the government. We're going to have to support pro-market politicians. We have to gain appointments to key regulatory agencies in the EPA, Commerce, National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration, so that our interests are represented. We have to monitor legislation and regulations intensely so that we are not dealing with last-minute ballot promotions against or education efforts at the last minute. We also have to monitor for environmental terrorism, public SUV sentiment coming out of Hollywood, the internet, YouTube, Facebook, and we have to maintain pro-SUV television and marketing. We have to vigorously prosecute destruction of property attacks by any individual who targets SUVs for whatever reason. Controls. Manufacturing costs. The efficiency of the 3 model line production. We have to avoid excess capacity. Make sure we're differentiating our models well enough so that we sell an appropriate amount of them. Hopefully more of the high-end ones so that we can have a higher profit margin. Sales. Monitor the total as well as the profit per vehicle. And market share. Are we increasing or decreasing relative to our competitors? And what is the customer satisfaction with our new SUV product with the technology integration? We have to make sure that there are competent people at each dealership so that they are trained, experts, and patient to help the customers with this technology integration. Nothing's worse than trying to work with your mom and dad and teach them how to use email. We do not want that experience for our customers at the Ford dealership. Customer surveys, buyer satisfaction, buyer reason for purchase. If they are citing technology integration, then we're on the right track. If they're satisfied with how well they can use their smartphone, monitor their home security system, or any other product that is part of their lives with their car, that is extremely important to know. Contingency plans. Manufacturing, we got to adjust the features so that the most profitable model is preferred by the customer. Integration, we can extend our technology integration to other Ford models, thereby increasing their sales and smearing the entire Ford line with technological integration expertise. If there is technological integration imitation by our competitors, customer service expertise. people at the dealership who can help with using it, people online you can instant message or talk on the phone or show videos instantly, quickly, so that the customer knows that, yeah, I'm paying a little more, but I just got to call Ford, email Ford, IM Ford, go to the dealer, and there will be somebody right there ready to help me use my car. Better than getting a car wash every time you go in for free. We also need to have a rapid response customer service team at the corporate headquarters. This Ford team of technology integration experts who can go to each dealership and train them in how to help customers use the Ford systems optimally. This team also will, if there are problems, which there will be at dealerships, in explaining to customers how to use their technology, this team will then go out and remedy that situation. If we have one bad dealership or a sufficient number of bad dealerships, this will tarnish our ability to get the word out and integrate technology, a key selling point of our vehicle. In summary, the technological integration makes it easy to use, the model simplification makes it easy to buy, and this is why Ford #1, using our market plan of easy to use, easy to buy, is why Ford will be #1. Thank you very much.